Hello, my name is Deb Coviello, and I am with the USWCA, and I have the opportunity to be the coordinator for the USCA Curling News Magazine. It is my honor today to have a conversation and share with you Naida Leslie. Welcome to our conversation.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So I had the pleasure of working with Naida. She's amazing. She's been guiding me a little bit in evolving the culture, the community, and welcoming me into the community of USWCA. So I just want to thank you for that. But for those of you that may not know Naida, and again, she's a great person, I was wondering, Naida, if you could share a little bit about yourself personally, your curling career, and what you have been doing with the USWCA.
Okay, well, thank you for having me, Deb. My name, like Deb says, is Naida Leslie. I come from New Canaan, Connecticut. I moved there in 2000 with my family. We had previously been in Bermuda for 15 years before that. So I had curled for 12 years as a junior and a young adult. And then I moved away where there was no curling. And then Nutmeg opened their curling club in Bridgeport, Connecticut in 2006. So I went in and started curling. I started out just one day a week. I had 3 kids in school and lots of activities. So, but it didn't take long before I got reeled into the USWCA with Jennifer Stannard and Donna Perky. I've curled in quite a few of the USWCA national bonspiels, which was always my favorite bonspiel to curl in. It's not very often that many of us can curl in 10-end bonspiels, that aren't really, the high performance and whatnot. So I always just loved that bonspiel. And then the last few years, I've been able to curl in the senior women's bonspiel that the USWCA puts on, and I love that one too. I've been a member of the circuit since it started in 2010. And within the USWCA, I kind of came in a funny way in that I was a meeting coordinator before I was even a rep. Jennifer Stannard was going to be president, and she asked me to be her meeting coordinator. So I said yes, not really knowing what I was getting into, but I did it and I enjoyed it. And I became the rep for my club for the next 5 years. And I also served as the rules chair for 6 years in the USWCA before becoming the second VP in the spring of 2019.
Well, thank you for sharing all that. I actually didn't know about that. And thank goodness for great friends that kind of reel you in. And, it takes a whole family to bring great bonspiels and great community to everybody. So thank you for all those that see something in us and bring us up and bring us along. And, you made an interesting point there. I, too, busy with career, kids, and then kind of when my first one went off to college, I said, I need something for me. And that's when I was introduced to curling. And I'll tell you, the community is amazing. So I'm grateful for being part of this organization. But I'd love to know a little bit more from you as well. How have you felt supported, or what do you enjoy most about the USWCA community?
Well, little did I know when I walked into the doors of Nutmeg Curling Club in the fall of 2006. All I wanted to do, I hadn't curled in 22 years, and all I wanted to do was just curl a couple days a week. And little did I know, flash forward a few years, I'm now involved in a national organization of women curlers from all across the country. And I am just so thankful for it. It's a wonderful organization. I have met so many people that I would not have met ever before. You go to these meetings and it's like big hugs coming at you all the time. Just meeting everybody. We see each other a few times a year, some of us just a couple times. Others, I'm from the East, so I see a lot of people at bonspiels and stuff like that. But it's just it's always such a welcoming feeling when you walk into a curling club or into one of these meetings, and you're seeing everybody and catching up, and it's just like old friends. And I never dreamt that. I thought, I might meet a few people, new people at the curling club locally, but never did I ever dream that I would have this opportunity to meet curlers from all across the country and,
Mhm.
even around the world.
Yeah,
So
it is.
it's been wonderful. And I've been able to grow within the organization. Like I said, I went in as a meeting coordinator, but then signed up to be a rep. And, I loved going to the meetings, sitting on all the different committees
Mhm.
and finding out just how the organization worked. And I always tell new reps when I meet them, like, get into as many of those meetings as you can, because you really do get a better feeling as to what the organization does do and how it works. And you kind of feel like, oh, well, maybe this, I didn't think I would be interested in this, but, it is an area I am interested in. And you don't know that unless you just get right in there and get involved. And, like I say, I've grown within the organization and I've seen others grow, and it's wonderful. I mean, just look at you. You've been with us how many years? And it's like, here you are leading our way in our communications with the curling news.
So I appreciate and thank you for your story. And, it is about big hugs, but there's something so strong behind that. It is that sense of community. And especially now when a lot of us aren't curling. And that's why we're doing these interviews, to bring ourselves to you. And if you are a USWCA member, thank you for staying with us while we try to maintain the community and the rich culture. And if you're not a
Absolutely.
USWCA member now, think about it, because not only do we support women in curling, we support youth curling, as well as we've started five and unders and for everybody. So it's really all about moving us forward and moving us forward together as a community. But let's go a little bit forward, because we know what is in our rear view mirror, what 2020 gave us. And again, we want to preserve what is good. But let's think in terms of your leadership. You are the first vice president coming in, and we look at 2021. What are your thoughts or messages for people watching this when we think about what you would like to see more of as we move into this new year?
Well, as well, first of all, let's hope 2021 is a much different year than 2020. Um, and I just hope everybody remains healthy and whatnot. But as the first VP, I'm the chair of the Representative Liaisons Committee. And I've met with the liaisons a few times, and I got to tell you, we have 6 wonderful women leading the way in our 4 regions. And they are more than prepared to step in and help the reps at any time. But we've all discussed what's important this year. And we feel that the most important thing is our communications. Normally the liaisons would, send out information about bonspiels, meetings and stuff. Well, these aren't happening this year. And so we feel that it's even more important. We're not getting to the meetings to see people. We're not getting to the bonspiels to see people. So we have to really make an effort to reach out. And at the reps meeting in the fall, we asked the reps, like, what can we do for you? What would you like to see done? And we have listened, and we've taken the information. And Deb, as you know, you've worked on some parts of it. And the liaisons and I last week were discussing, like, what can we do going forward? And we are listening, and we are acting on it. And we're hoping that each of the liaisons can get a Zoom meeting with their reps maybe, but they have been reaching out to them. And we need to know, like, is there something we can do to help your club? And, there are clubs out there that are curling, and that's great. We want to hear about that too. We don't just want to hear about, the people that are not curling. We want to hear what's going on, like Cincinnati's curling, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, so it's let us know how it's going, what you're doing. Um, but it's a two-way street, and I think the reps, we want you to come to us too. Like if you've got some ideas for us, we'd love to hear them, because the more people that are involved, the more connected we can become. And I just think that it's really, really, really important for us to come together at this time. And our meetings in the fall, it's like everybody was a little dubious. Oh my gosh, how is this going to work? It was fantastic. It was so nice to see so many people. There's some people that wouldn't normally be at those meetings because of work and whatnot, and they could attend them. And it was wonderful. So I think it's just a great time for us to come together as a curling community and as a group of women supporting each other.
All right, such a strong message, Nada. I really, really appreciate that. Again, we are about building community. So now more than ever, let's maintain community. We'd love to know what you thought about this interview. We're going to be putting this in the Curling News magazine and our social media. We're going to see more connection with you, but we also want your engagement. It is a two-way street. And I want to thank you for your leadership in trying to support that and get more people communicating both ways, supporting each other and growing the organization. So any last thoughts? Otherwise, I just want to thank you so much for this conversation, Nada.
Well, no, I just thank you for having me. And to any reps or liaisons out there, just reach out, or, reach out to your club members too. Find out what they want and let us know.
All right. Thank you so much. I wish you safety, health, happiness, good curling, and be well, Nada.
All right. Thank you, Deb.
Okay.